Greetings to you all children. Okay, see, our continuing of our lesson is what? The Indian Constitution. Okay, so yesterday we have discussed about a preamble. Yes or no? Preamble of Constitution, the topic. Okay, so today we are going to discuss the topic is the system of government. Okay, the system of government, and see that so today now we are going to discuss which topic? The system of government. See, in our yesterday class we have discussed about totally preamble of India, each and every word, what does it mean, that all we have discussed, right? So here the system of government. See the page number 158. The Constitution also provides institutional arrangements for ruling the country in accordance with the above ideals and values. Okay, so the country has to be ruled with the above ideals and values. Okay, see, it provides for a parliamentary form of government, which provides the Indian Constitution is which what? Parliamentary form of government. The parliament consisting of representatives of people. Parliament consisting of what? It is representative of peoples. Okay, makes laws. The laws are implemented by government formed from among the members of the parliament and answerable to the parliament. The country is governed by the cabinet headed by prime minister, and the entire government is headed by the president. See, through the elections, people will elect some of the representatives. Okay, so that we called as MLAs and MPs. Okay, so MPs is nothing but member of parliament. So these representatives, who are representatives to the parliament? MPs, member of parliaments. Okay, MPs are representatives in the parliament. So people are selected, the MPs, and they are implementing the laws and they are ruling the government, a democratic government, for the sake of the people and for the people. Okay, by the people only. By the people how? Because people only selected, right? Yes, people only elected that representatives, no? Yes, so they all are formed together in the parliament and they all solve whatever the problems faced in the society. They are discussing and they are getting solved that. And total this headed by whom? Not total this, cabinet. Whose cabinet? Representative cabinets. Parliament representatives cabinet. Who are the parliament representatives? MPs. Okay, member of parliaments. Nothing but representatives of parliament, we can say. So total of the country governed by cabinet headed. Cabinet means nothing but selected MPs group we call as cabinet. So that cabinet head by prime minister. Okay, cabinet head by prime minister, and the entire government of total countries is headed by governor. Okay, I'm sorry, in the state level governor, in the country level president. Okay, yes, so entire government of India is headed by whom? By president. Okay, see that our country has federal system. Yes, it's having a unique systematic, right? The entire country is considered to be in a union of smaller states. In our India, entire country we have partitions of small states, but we all are having a union. Yes or no? So that mean union of smaller states. Government functions are divided between the central government. Okay, government functions are divided into central government, which is answerable to their own which is answerable in the parliament, and the state government, which are answerable to their own state assemblies. Okay, See, central government and state government. Okay, yes. So here the government functions are divided into, okay, divided between the central government and state government. So central government, which is answerable to the parliament, and state government which is answerable in the assemblies. So many of you students get confusing about parliament and assembly. Okay, parliament is nothing but, okay, in the central wise, okay, central government, total India's national. Okay, assembly is nothing but state wise. Understand? Okay. See that, for example, the central government makes the laws regarding controls the army and railways, etc., while the state government makes the laws regarding police, road transport and schools, etc. Okay, so like this, total country's responsibility, country's government ruling and responsibilities sharing by the central government, and it's not sharing, differentiate between central government and state government. Central government will look after some departments like postal departments, railway departments, and army and navy, okay, that departments. And the state government has to look after the road transportations, okay, and as well as police force, and as well as schools, government colleges and all. Okay, so the responsibilities are sharing. Okay, central parliament has 2 houses. Okay, in the central parliament has how many houses? 2 houses. Okay, 2 houses. One is Lok Sabha, okay, and another one is Rajya Sabha. Yes, okay. So in this Lok Sabha, which is elected by the people, total by Indian people. Okay, in each state also member of parliament will be they also will be contest. Okay, so Lok Sabha candidates, Lok Sabha representatives elected by the people at the time of elections, but Rajya Sabha people, okay, not elected by the people. Okay, see that the central parliament has 2 houses. What are the 2 houses? One is Lok Sabha and one is Rajya Sabha, while the Lok Sabha is elected by all people of India, as I told you now. Okay, yes, but the members of Rajya Sabha are elected by the state assemblies. Okay, elected by not by the people who were there in the state assembly. MLAs were there, right? Member of legislative assemblies, these are also elected by the people only at the time of elections, but these Rajya Sabha people elected by the state assemblies from each state. Okay, some of the representatives have a role in the Rajya Sabha. That means every state have a key role in playing in the central government. Okay, see, thus the states have a role to play, even making laws in the central government. Yeah, as I told you, no? Yes, moreover, our country has 3-level democracy. Okay, our country has how many levels of democracy? 3 levels of democracy. One is national level, one is state level, one is district level. Okay, see, our country has 3 levels of democracy. All the country level we have the parliament, okay, and at the state level we have the state assemblies, and at the district level we have the local government known as Panchayati Raj system. Okay, see that first one is country level. Okay, so country level parliament, okay, and state level government assembly. Okay, and local level, or else we can say district level. Local level or district level government. So we have what? Panchayati Raj systems, okay, and municipality systems, like in that way, okay. Yes, so like in this way we have 3 levels of democracy. In addition, the constitution also provide for some independent institutions to guard the constitution, okay. I'll continue. Okay, see that. So our constitution provides some independent institutions for what? To guard the constitution. What are that independent? See, these are include the judiciary department, that is meant law courts, okay, district courts, high courts, supreme courts, you might have heard, okay. Judicial department we can say. And the another one, comptroller and auditor general, who supervise the expenditure of the government, okay. So the first one, then is, okay, another independent institutions were there. First one is judiciary, okay, judiciary department, understand. And next one, auditor general department, nothing but comptroller, not controller, comptroller, okay, comptroller, auditor general, okay. Yeah, so for what this, as I told you that judiciary department for judgments and protecting of laws and criminal cases and everything, right? It's nothing but for laws. And then auditor general, then for what? To control the expenses, okay, to control the expenses of and to supervise the expenses of, okay, to supervise the expenditures of the government, okay. And another one, election commission, to conduct the election, okay. See, another one is what? Election commission. So our government have 3 levels of, okay, 3 levels of democracy. One is central level, second is state level, third is local level or district level. In the central level there is a house, there is parliament, and in state level assembly. In the local level there is a Panchayati Raj system, and as well as another, okay, another independent institutions, okay. So the another independent institutions are this: judiciary department, which is having a law and justice, and comptroller and auditor general, which is supervise the expenditures of the government, and another one, election commission, to conduct the elections. Got it? And these are expected to function independent to the government and report directly to the president. So these all, to whom they will report? Directly to the president. Who is the president of India now? Ramnath Kovind. Okay? Who is the president of India now? Ramnath, not Govind. Kovind, okay? Yeah. Okay? So these are departments have to answer to whom? To the president. Finally, the constitution is a living and changing document. Okay? See, as I told you, when we are starting in a democratic rule, we have a set of rules. It is in the form of constitution, right? But in that, due to the social and economic changes in the future, they have given a right to be change of some of the rules which is there in the constitution. Okay, so that we can call as amendments. The changes in the constitution called as constitutional amendments. Okay, so the constitution lays down procedures for changing and amending the constitution itself. Till 2013, constitution has been amended 99 times. Okay, till 2013, constitution has amended, means change the rules. How many times? 99 times. Understand? Yes. So all of you have to read the lesson. Okay.